Welcome back to Moonday Messages. We have so many shifts happening this week. It is a very potent week for manifestation. It is a potent week to go back to something that requires discipline and determination, devotion, that you have been avoiding doing. And that's not just for this week. Like, this is actually like an ongoing transit. I'm going to talk about it a little bit more in a moment, but it's a very potent week. So get ready. And the signs that this message is for you will come up on the screen right now. 888-222. Then we have a grimace. So like just a grotesque face, like maybe potentially like tongue out and like wide big eyes, and like horror movie style, like a grimace like this. Like you see this all the time in Bali and the Indonesian culture, and also in the Indian culture. Like some gods actually have like almost like a grotesque face, because they are a protector energy. So like they want to like scare away bad energy. And then sunflowers. So these are the signs that this message is for you. As you know, when you see these signs, come back to that message, watch the video again. Maybe you missed something, send it to people that you think that are aware and looking for signs. Like, comment, subscribe, help me out to grow the channel. And we're going to get into the energy now. So the sun moves into gate 16, which is the gate of skills. We are still in the throat center, so it's still very much around expressing yourself, moving into who you are here to be, allowing yourself to also, when it is connected, like your expression is connected to a new skill that you have to acquire, to be okay with looking like a fool for 2 to 3 months, being okay with not having it perfectly figured out and knowing exactly how to use the skill for a while, because that's just what it is. And this is what mastery requires, for you to be okay with not being perfect and good at something for a while, because this is what will lead you to be good at something. When you allow yourself to feel a little uncomfortable because you're like, like, I don't know, I'm not the best at this, but like this is exactly what is necessary for you to get to the point of being better at something, admitting to yourself that there is more work necessary, that there is more repetition necessary, that there is more devotion, discipline necessary. Okay? So this is what this energy is about, and it is important to be enthusiastic to help yourself balance out the discomfort that you might feel, because it will be connected to repetition. But this is what the driving force should be: repetition and enthusiasm. Like you being excited about like learning this new skill, you being excited about like being the person that wants to devote their time to something new. And enthusiasm in general, talent and mastery through practice is like really what this energy this week is about. Like the joy of expressing your unique skill and being okay with the journey towards excellence being actually a time that is also connected to a little bit of discomfort and a little bit of not knowing what to do next, and a little bit of like, oh, am I doing it right? Oh, I didn't do it right, let me do it again. But this is what will get you to the point of acquiring a new skill that might actually is connected to the next level that you want to achieve. Okay, so don't be afraid to look like a fool for a little bit. This is what I heard. Don't be afraid to look like a fool for a while. Okay, I want you to reflect on, maybe journal a little bit around like, what is a new skill that I'm interested in acquiring? What steps are necessary for me to acquire this new skill? Where can I start? Is there an opportunity to, like dive into that topic without needing to financially commit yet? Can I just like find a free online course that just dives into parts of that new skill so that I can actually like figure out if that really is something that I want to do? Like, what is it? Like, don't limit yourself by saying like, I don't have the funds right now, I don't have, I don't know, the energy right now. Just start somewhere. Okay, like it's really important for you to use this energy for you this week, because this is what is going to help you to get to that next level. Okay, what I heard, and like while I was channeling what came through, it's also, this is like literally what I heard: find the joy in this season. I feel like a few of you are like in between phases, in a in between season, where you are not entirely there yet where you want to go, but you're also not that old version of yourself anymore. So like there is a lot of discomfort anyways right now. There's a lot of discomfort around yourself, around like what you want to believe in, what you want to do, who you want to see yourself as. And God wants you to find the joy in this season just as much. Maybe you're waiting for something for something big to happen. Maybe you're just like, oh, I can feel my manifestation is just around the corner, but like it's not here yet. So just allow yourself to be in the moments of this season and find joy. Be okay with being in this season. Surrender to this season. This is how it will pass by quicker, and you will actually find that it's not that bad either. Like, this is the time where you build resilience. This is the time where you find yourself on a deeper level. This is the time where you get more understanding about who you are, so that you can be the new version that you want to be, that is just around the corner, that you can already sense. But there are like some small lessons still that you have to really hone into, and one of them is surrendering. Maybe that's the only lesson that you have. Maybe there is not much more, because you did all of the things and you're working on all of these things. And now the last part is just about you surrendering to what is until that manifestation drops. Okay. So I also feel like that this is the preparation phase for you for that big manifestation to come in. Like, maybe there are some other things that you have to do to get to that next manifestation, to be the version that you need to be, that is an energetic match frequency wise to the manifestation that you're calling in. Okay, you're almost there. It's like 99% is just like a little bit left. Okay, so I want you to be open towards the season so that you see what else there is that you can do. And if there's nothing you can do about the situation that you are in, to figure out a way how to be okay with that and surrender to that and trust that this is exactly where you need to be. You are always on time. That's one of my favorite tattoos that I show like all of my clients at least once when we're working together, because that's really what it is. So also, maybe if you see 1111 or you see 111, maybe that's also your sign here. Okay. I also want you to understand that usually the intensity of pain you are feeling is the equivalent value to the progress you are making towards your goals. Let me say that again. The intensity of pain you are feeling is the equivalent value to the progress you are making towards your goals. When you are being stretched into the new version of yourself, the stretching phase is what is uncomfortable. The stretching phase is what makes you feel like, I don't know who I am anymore, because you're being stretched into being more of who you are. But that part that you're being stretched into is unfamiliar, so it feels uncomfortable. You don't know who you are because you are not that version anymore, but you're not this yet. So you are being stretched into becoming this. And just when you think about like when you stretch something, this is uncomfortable, right? This is something that does not look smooth or easy or cozy. It looks like, ugh, I don't want to feel that way. But this is necessary for you to match that frequency that is on a higher frequency, because when you're calling in something more bigger, that usually means that you are frequency wise not a match to that yet, and you have to become the match. So you're being stretched into being that match. Does it make sense? So allow yourself to feel the discomfort. It is part of it. And you will realize that that was necessary when you get to the point and actually match that frequency. You will see, we will be able to look back and be like, oh my God, now I understand why I had to be stretched that way. Now I understand why I had to experience that. Now I understand why I had to like meet that person, or that person had to leave my life, or that job didn't work out, or whatever, because you will then see how everything falls into place and makes sense, but only if you allow yourself right now to surrender to what is. Okay. Another thing that I want to talk about is we do have a new moon in Gemini today. When this is being uploaded, it should be the new moon for you. And this is a very powerful energy. Gemini is very much about balance. It's always about like the two, right? Like it is the twin, it is the Gemini. It is like the balance between the mind and the heart, the balance between the mind and the soul, the balance between, you know, two people, two hands, two eyes. Like that is what it rules in the body. Like everything that we have two of in the body is ruled by Gemini, basically. So like that energy about like balance, finding the balance and like letting your head talk in that case, and allowing yourself to express yourself, your throat, which is like part of your journey, which is part of your soul, which is part of your purest being, finding a balance in the two. Okay. And it is a very potent new moon for manifestation. So definitely like sit down, have a moment of visualizing what you're manifesting, and like really going into the feelings, detailing it out, and go into how it would feel like if you would have that manifestation and simmer in that moment. Really try to evoke the feeling in your body. How would that feel like if that manifestation would be yours? Okay. Because you can trick your brain into believing that it's already happening by envisioning that, because our brain is not capable of deciphering if that is imagination or if that is reality. Specifically, if you can also evoke the feelings attached to it, because then your brain is even more like, it must be real, it must be already happening, because I cannot just see it visually, but I can also feel what the body feels, and it feels like it's already there. Okay. And then we have a really, really, really big shift, which is 30 years coming. Like the last time that happened is 30 years ago, is Saturn moving into Aries and out of Pisces. Saturn does not like to be in Pisces. So like was a lot of like stretchy, weird energy in the past few years when it comes to that, because Saturn is the planet of discipline, the planet of devotion and really going for something. And Pisces is like, let me flow with what is, and let me just, you know, like be that flowy being, and not to commit to anything. So like it was difficult for all of us really to find footing in the thing that we want to achieve in the last few years, because it was in Pisces. And now that it moves into Aries, which is a fire sign, which is action taking energy, which is very masculine energy, it will be a little bit better. Saturn is also a fiery planet, so like it works better than it worked in Pisces. It is not 100% in alignment with, okay, Saturn, okay, it is not 100% in alignment with the element of fire, but it's definitely better than being in water. So what I want you to do to understand better what this cycle means for you, where you have to be more disciplined, I want you to find out in what house you have Aries. it has to be, just to make it easier for you and easier understandable, you should look up your astrology chart in the system of the whole sign houses. I can always recommend the pattern app. I think that is very easy. Also, it's in my opinion, one of the best apps out there to give you information about your astrology, and like always gives you like information about like how it is affecting you right now. um, but yeah, find out in what house you have Aries, and then look up what the meaning of this house is to understand what parts of your life will be affected when it comes to like this discipline energy. So for me, for example, I have Aries in the fifth house, which is creativity, self-expression, romance, and childlike behavior and childlike. Okay, wow. I had to clear out my storage on my phone for the second time now, but we are back. So, for me, Aries is in the fifth house. So, again, this is childlike spirit, creativity, self expression. It is the house of Leo. So, for me, that works very well, even though it also means that I have to have more discipline about these things. So, I have to really hone into allowing myself to self-express myself, being more childlike, being like following my joy more, which is a thing that sounds like, oh, that's so easy, that's amazing. But you know, when you are on a mission and you want to achieve something, then sometimes it is difficult to allow yourself to have joy because you just see the things that you have to do. So I do have to find a balance between the two now. So wherever you have Aries in your chart, this is going to be the topics that you are being called to have more discipline around for the next 2 years. Okay. Okay, so let's see what the Oracle deck has to say to this energy this week. Okay, so what is it that we need to know? What is this collective going through? What do they have to know? What do the people that I called in to receive the messages, the rest of the video, have to know? Thank you. Thank you. That's it. Okay, beautiful. Wow. Okay, so very clear message, very much in tune with the energetic shifts, with what you have to pay attention to. The first one is manifester. So regardless of if you are a manifester type or not, you are being called to tap into your manifester like persona. We are all manifestors, not the energy type in human design, but just we are all capable of manifesting. We do it all the time because the way you manifest is based on your subconscious. You manifest from the beliefs that you have stored in your subconscious mind. So this is why you are in loops and things are not working out the way you want to, because you have disbeliefs stored in your subconscious that run the show. Okay, so it happens regardless on a daily basis that you're manifesting. Might as well do something about it, that you can consciously manifest, that you can have a little bit more control over what you're manifesting, right? So you're being tapped into your manifester energy right now. You are meant to tap into it because creation, baby. It is time for you to step into creating what you're meant to create. For some of you, that might actually be that you might be pregnant, you get pregnant very soon, or that is what you want and what you wish for. But for the rest of us, where this does not make sense, this does not resonate, it is about something that you're birthing regardless. It is something that you are meant to create in this lifetime. Is it a business? Is it a project? Is it a product? Is it a new version of yourself? Is it you manifesting a relationship, and you have to be in your creator manifester energy in order to call that in, right? And in order for you to tap into that, you need to trust yourself. You need to trust your inner knowing. Like, you are being guided at all times by the wisdom that you have within yourself. The only reason why you are not capable of either hearing it or trusting it is because your nervous system is not regulated. I talked about this last week, and that is just something that is the most important in order for us to manifest, our nervous system needs to be able to hold energetically the manifestation that we are calling in, because it will come with anxiety, it will come with doubts, it will come with all of the things that have been keeping you from manifesting this. It will come up again, and you need to be able to handle it. So your nervous system has to be balanced, okay? So that is one of the most important things. If you want to have help with that, you know what to do, reach out. My DMs are always open. And then on the bottom of the deck, which is always the overall energy of all, is patience. Okay? It is coming, it is happening. You are in the season of surrendering. You are in the one right after that is overthinking. Okay, I need you to really find the balance within, like, that's what I said in the beginning with the Gemini energy, like the balance between your mind and your inner knowing, your soul. You know what you are capable of, you just have to remember it. Okay, and then patience when it comes to this season where it might be a little bit painful because you're being stretched into a new version of yourself, so it's uncomfortable, you're being met with things that you have never been met before, so you have to handle things in a different way. But trust yourself that you're capable of doing that, because you are. We are all divinity in motion. I said that the last week as well, but we really are. We are all a creation of God. So we are all part of God. So we are capable of manifesting anything that we want. We just have to trust ourselves and able to do that, and trust the timing in when it is coming in. Okay. Beautiful. Love it. A very clear message. Thank you for being here. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for trusting yourself. I love you guys. I see you next week. You got this.